couple things have arisen. I was told just this morning that my daughter and I have to go to we have to go to parent-teacher conference. And I was just talking with the street crew down here, and they are starting this afternoon to do some street work. And they said it's gonna be pretty loud. So they're planning on going all the way till like 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. They've already got lights and stuff set up. So I figured we would just start a live feed early and run it through, and then I'm gonna schedule the video to go up at 2:30. So we'll just do a quick midday live feed, I guess. We'll see how many people show up. I don't know, but we can. What's up, Keynes? I will have my reading glasses so that I can read your comments. Keynes is here. 2 people are here. I know you guys may not have seen the video, but I got that package from QSP, and I was pretty impressed with the knives they sent at multiple price points. So we're gonna get these in pocket. The action on this one, the Legatus, or however you pronounce it, really, really good. So 7 people here. I know it's early, like I said. I wasn't planning on doing this. I had kind of told Will B I might do this, and I had told the members I would. But once no, it's not early. I've been up since like 5:30 this morning. Once I found out from my daughter after I talked with Will, and I was like, yeah, I might do this. My daughter was like, well, you know, we have parent-teacher tonight. And I was like, oh, crap. Okay. Because it's almost the end of her school year. So we have the parent-teacher. Steve Pickering is here. What's going on, guys? So I finally broke down last night after using it for quite some time and sharpened my PMP Aries. And I got to say, I love sharpening. I know it's shaky. I'm holding it. I'm trying to do 2 things at once. I'm trying to grab my coffee. I love sharpening S90B. Mr. G in VT. Hey, buddy. So I love sharpening S35BN. I love sharpening S35BN, and I'm pretty impressed with the steel in this. It has held its edge very well, and it's just a perfect storm of feel in hand, looks, blade shape, and geometry that just makes this so good. This is one of the best cutting big knives that I've had come in a very long time. So my wife is texting me. Hang on a second. Tell Yuka Princess, no, he was fine. He pooped before I left.
I'll send this.
Sorry.
I won't send it.
No, he was fine. He pooped when I got back.
That's not nice.
Tell Yuka Princess, no, he was fine. He pooped when I got back.
I'll send this.
She's asking about the puppy, who, by the way, is currently down here destroying a toy. What's going on, Chunk? What's going on, buddy? That's my coffee cup. That's my coffee cup. You have enough energy already. You do not need coffee. Your ear's wrong side out, bud. Let me fix that for you. And this is his bestest friend right here. You want to snuggle up on my feet? Oh, buddy. Here, let me get those out of the way. He just always wants to snuggle up next to you. So yeah, we'll do this. We're going to do this instead of tonight's live feed. I said you guys could ask me almost anything. I'm willing to answer a bunch of questions about whatever you guys have questions about. I know Jared did one the other day, and it came out pretty well. What are you doing? He was playing with the cat this morning. Here is a phrase Choir Boys Outdoors. Brother, we need to do a video sometime together. I've been following your stuff. I don't comment very often, but I've been following your stuff, your shorts. You've been doing all this cutting. Bro, your channel is doing good. I'm happy for you, Scab. I really am. I have an announcement. It's not a definite yet, but there's probably going to be a big change to the channel coming soon. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but I basically have a chance that I could have a job as an instructor at the unit that I retired from. So I was called by a friend of mine. He goes, "Hey, if you want this job, it's basically yours." And I was like, okay. So here's the nice thing. I'm still going to be able to do the channel, but it's not a government job. It's a civilian job with a company that works for the government. It's contracted. It's over at the Expeditionary Combat Command. And so I'd be basically going back to where I came from. It's stuff I've already done, a lot of it. I would just have to recert on some stuff like fast rope and Hearst Master and maybe some long distance marksmanship stuff. So that would be cool because I'm going to be in the same area, and then I absolutely will have some serious use for knives. Would you stop chewing my pants? Would you stop chewing my pants? You have all the toys in the world. You have all the toys in the world, and you chew on my pants. Is that what you want? So yeah, it would be, there's a lot of different stuff that I'd get to do, a lot of schools and stuff. Let go of my pants, buddy. So that would be cool. And I mean, I'd still be able to do what I want with the channel, just not as often. So you'd see less live feeds and stuff like that. Seriously, stop eating my pants, buddy. We went through this yesterday. So anyway, this guy's name is Chunk. If you hadn't seen him yet, I know this is shaky. I'm doing it from my phone. This little dude's name is Chunk. We're going to get him a Hawaiian shirt, and we're going to teach him the truffle shuffle. He was 16 pounds when we picked him up. He's 19 pounds now. So in a week, he gained like 3 pounds. And we've got him in a little puppy corral that we've built so he doesn't terrorize the entire house, because right now he's just a little bit much for the entire house. Say hi, buddy. Say hi, buddy. So let me go get a phone stand of some sorts to do this. I'm not going to go out the studio. I don't want to leave him in here. There is a video going up at 2:30 today, by the way. I gotta find some manner of phone stand to do this from. We might do it from over here at the kitchen table. So it's been interesting. It's been interesting. I forgot what it was like to have a brand new puppy. I forgot how much work a new puppy is. It's almost as much work as having a kid. And I mean, I'm 50 now, so I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't thinking about that when we decided we were gonna get the puppy, so. But, so what I was saying about this knife, I think that PMP nailed it with this. I know that there's been a few people. Jared did a video about it. Jim Skelton did a video about it. I did my video about it. I honestly think this is one of the best knives that has come out in a very long time. And on top of the fact that it looks unique, but that uniqueness of look also translates to some extreme comfort in hand. This is one of the best production knives that I've had come in a very, very long time. I mean, I would say that it's on par with my Norseman, which it kind of is. Like comparatively, like a $300 knife, doing so well versus a $1,000 knife is something that they should be proud of. But it does have some issues. But at $300, I can kind of overlook those. But I'm really, really impressed with this one. So what's everybody else got? What's everybody got in pocket? I saw Alice put some stuff up. Yeah, go ahead. Climb up on my foot. See. And the other one is this QSP Legatus. This is a Dutch Blade Works collaboration with them. It's got a real good feel in hand. This is in pocket today. I'm gonna film. I put it in pocket today. I probably won't get a chance to film anything today because it's been hectic. I mean, it's already It's already 11 o'clock and I haven't even started filming. I had to pick my daughter up from ice skating this morning. I had some lab work I had to do. I had to take my kid to school. TW Price Design Dawn V2 in pockets with the blacked out PMP Aries. This, Winston Cabretti is the guy that got me this as a gift. Kaiser Grazioso from Lock 2517. The Ojimbo for 2 weeks. Drink waters. Carrying that. Spyderco 100 Pacer in pocket. Which PMP is that again? This is the Aries. PMP Aries. And it is... This one and the big boy really, really are great. Oh, I'm not even going to try and read all the shit that Will B's carrying. Absolutely know that he's got a ton of stuff. So I've got some videos planned for the channel. I had some bigger stuff that I was planning, but I missed my opportunity. The people I wanted to film with are kind of now predisposed and busy. So what do you want, bud? Do you want to come up? Come here. Come on, you can come up. The guys that I wanted to do some stuff with are now really busy getting set up for... Alice has got the V3 PE variant sprint runs. Flip both hands so smooth. Hi, Belly. Do you need to poop? Do you need to go poop? You got a pretty full belly there, buddy. This is the calmest he's been in a while. So, hop back down. If you need to go potty, just go to the door and cry. I'll let you out. So yeah, it's been Precision Knife Works Warren Tack. I love the Warren Tack. I have a production Warren Tack coming, which is cool because I'll have the address to send Daniel the knife that he won. Yeah, we've got all his papers. So you guys remember we had our golden named Cayenne. I'm gonna sit like this. We had our golden named Cayenne, and we had to put her to sleep. She got a big tumor on her throat. Well, our friend Dennis, you guys have seen him in videos before. That's Denny Graychev. He, the pro boxer, he had him and his wife and the guy that they all live with, Roger, with, you know, it's a whole, they're like a big family. They all live together in one great big house. And it's basically his manager. They had two Goldens, a male and a female, that they put to sleep just before we put ours to sleep. And when they got a male and a female, they were like, well, we're going to have a litter. And after they got their dogs, and after they found out we put ours to sleep, they're like, well, we're going to have a litter, so that my daughter could have pick of the litter. So really, really good friends. My daughter and their daughter. My daughter and Denny's daughter are super good friends. They talk all the time and hang out. They used to skate together. Now his daughter does water polo. So it's pretty cool. We got to pick, and I told my daughter, I was like, you don't pick a dog, you let the dog pick you. So when we went, this one down here was the one that came running the first time we went, and then cried that same day, then cried until they brought him out of the little puppy corral. And I mean, they were like 3 weeks until they brought him down, and then we played with him until we left. Like, he slept on my chest and stuff like that. And then when we went back the next time, he came running as soon as he heard my wife's voice and my daughter's voice. So he basically picked us. He was the only one that would respond to us when we would show up. So it was a good pick. I'm waiting. I told you guys you can ask me almost anything. I said almost anything because there's just some things I won't answer. I'm doggy sitting right now. Guys, this is going to be a very boring live feed if we don't have, like, you guys have to ask. I know a lot of guys are at work, but, like, if you guys don't have a question to drop, that definitely sounds like something, bro. Okay, I can move him to sleep. I'll move this out to the kitchen. We'll go out to the kitchen and do this. Be a little bit more comfortable for me. He doesn't want to sleep by himself. I realized earlier I haven't bought a budget knife in 2 years, Rocky. There's some really good, I'm going to tell you, there's some really good options out there. There's some very, very good budget knife options available these days. The QSP stuff is absolutely killing it. And I had a lot of people comment on those videos and they were saying, oh, like mine came packaged in a crappy thin. I was like, I don't know 100% what like some of their releases. Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm talking with a guy right now, and I'm gonna send him some of my designs to look at and see what he feels like doing. Who was my favorite hot chick celebrity when I was growing up? Well, I mean, you got to remember, I'm like 50, so like TJ Hooker, so Heather Locklear would have been the big one. Fuck, who else? I think Heather Locklear would have been the big one when I was growing up, because that's, my mom watched TJ Hooker all the time. Have you ever felt sometimes a knife is just a knife? I treat every knife like a knife. Some knives are better than others, but I treat every knife like a knife. It's not pocket jewelry. Like even this, as much as I like this and it's an attractive knife, I've beat the shit out of it. Like I sharpened it last night. Every knife is just a knife. Even my Norseman, while it's an exceptional knife, even my Norseman gets put through the paces. Like it gets run through cardboard and shit. I was cutting drywall, helping the neighbor next door when they were doing drywall. Like every knife is just a knife. Some knives are better than others, but there is, like, I'm not going to say a knife isn't a knife. Let's see here. Rocky, wait, I got the CRKT Cleaver Minimalist. Raquel Welch, yeah, she was. Please, good budget water stones for kitchen. And what's my recommendation? Go to the Dahlstrong site. There should be a link to Dahlstrong knives down below in the description of my videos. And they have got some very, very good water stones. They aren't cheap, but they also are not super expensive. But you're getting much better than the cheap stuff you're seeing on Amazon, but you're also getting more than you pay for. So you're paying more than like cheap. They're not like $10 water stones, which are garbage. These are very good corundum stones that they're putting out. They're a very hard form of aluminum oxide. And for day-to-day, most of your knife steels, even up to S90V range, they're going to work really well. And once you start getting past, like once you get into S90 and some of the others, you're going to want diamond. You can do S90 on water stone, like aluminum oxide water stones, but it's going to take you a lot longer, and you might not get the result you want because it does take longer. You're just going to wear your stones out. So S90V and stuff like that, I absolutely sharpen on diamond stones. But like S35VN and stuff like that, they're going to work great for S35VN and anything below that. And they're very good. They come with the full set. They've got multiple prices, and they're not quite splash and go, but they're like a 30-minute soak as opposed to a lot of the other stones that I use, which is like an overnight soak or several hours. So I'm digging them. They're great for a lot of other stuff. When is the next live feed? A good pocket stone? I like the 2x4 Vinev diamond stones as a pocket stone. When is your next Friday Night Live feed with Elliot going to happen? It's going to happen sometime soon. Actually, we were talking about that via text. Do you feel that the short form content? Yes, it absolutely does. I've seen a 50%. That's why I'm taking this job. Until just a few weeks ago, everything was fine. I wouldn't have taken this job regardless of the amount of money that I would be making at a new job. I was adamant that I wanted to make the channel work because I love doing this. I'm passionate about it. I love it. But I got to find a middle ground because in the last 6 to 8 weeks, I've lost half of my income on YouTube. And that's about the time they started pushing shorts so heavily. Ad revenues dropped, all this stuff. And so it's been really hard to, can you do more early live feeds? This is going to be something I'm going to work on. They'll probably be on weekends. But at any rate, and it all happened because of the short form content. They are pushing short form content. I don't like doing short form content. I really don't. I don't like doing it. I don't think it provides anything beneficial. That's why you don't hear me talk in my shorts anymore. It's just set to music. I'm just going to show a knife, because if they're going to put so little effort into promoting my long form content, I'm going to put as minimal effort as possible into my short form content, because screw them. They can pay me 16 cents for a live feed or for a short. I don't care, because that's what they're going to pay me regardless of whether I talk in it or not. So if they're going to put minimal effort into helping me as a long form content creator, then I'm going to put minimal effort into my shorts. But it absolutely is hurting it, because the fact is we get a bunch of subscribers from shorts that never watch the long form content. And then that detracts from your channel. So YouTube looks at it and like, oh, well, you're just, so then they're like, okay, well, we're not going to do anything with your long form content. And so, yeah, absolutely. It is very detrimental. Jeremy over at Decordering mentioned it. He was like, he told YouTube, he's like, I'm not doing short form anymore. Dollstrong or King? Dollstrong. I like the Dollstrong better. They last longer. They're harder. They're much harder stones than. Let's go get them. I'll show you what I'm talking about. They're much harder stones than the King stones. The King stones have a tendency to be. The King stones have a tendency to be kind of soft and wear out real soon. $50 from Kings. Holy crap! I'm out in the garage. I can ring the bell. Thank you very much. Holy cow. The Dollstrong stones, and I had them out because I sharpened my wife's kitchen knives last night. These are a much harder, tighter bound stone. And if I can get you guys, I'll bring this in. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just based on it by sound. Thank you very much, Keen's Tools. I do love some super chats. Super chats are kind of a double-edged sword for content creators. We love them, but when you get used to seeing a bunch, like I was getting a ton of super chats in feeds before, and we all love them. But then you kind of get accustomed to it, and then you start to get the dark side Phil mentality where you get grumpy when you're not seeing super chats drop. And I fight with it. But the super chats are absolutely what YouTube is pushing. But if you listen to this. Oh, see, Winston asks a good question, but not the right question, because I wouldn't touch either one of them. It's the chick, the chick Ro. I can't think of her name. See, Troy is the kind of chick that you'd go to bed with, and she would talk to you about. She'd talk to you about your mom and issues, and make you feel uncomfortable. And the other chick, what's her name? Ro. She's like an Ensign Rowe. I can't even think of her actual name. The one who always wore the headband and the big earring thing. She's the kind of chick that would be in the shower with you and be like, screw my mouth. And you're like, okay, that's the one right there. But if you really want to know who it would be 7 of 9. Ian Coates, why am I so gorgeous? It's genetic. It's genetic. Yeah, it's, but it's a water stone. So when they ring. That's a water stone. What is this? This is a 6,000 grit Dollstrong water stone. I've never had, if you guys watched that 4-hour long me sharpening a bunch of kitchen knives, I've never had a 6,000 grit water stone that cuts as aggressively and wears as evenly and cleanly. Now, I've had some people say that I've had people say that theirs wore really fast. I don't know, but that, like, it rings like ceramic. And I've had zero complaints as far as an aluminum oxide water stone. They're still damp too from sharpening my wife's stones last night, or my wife's knives. The nice thing about them is, like, 20 minutes before I start sharpening, I can throw them in the water. A lot of the other stones that I have, like the king stones in particular, you gotta leave them in there for a few hours. And if it's like a 6,000 grit stone, you're looking at overnight, because it takes a while for it to absorb it. Not these. I had them as a sponsor. They still are kind of a channel sponsor, but they don't provide, as much as I love them, for me to bring you guys a product. They're providing you a really good product, and I talk about it in the outros of the videos. But I can't get you a discount and things like that, so I don't publicize as much. But yeah, absolutely, I have affiliate links with them. They're an affiliate sponsor. But these stones have been really, really incredible, and they sent me all these for free, and they come packaged with, you know, you've got a wooden base for them and all that shit. So yeah, back to that. Like, somebody asked that question. I haven't seen the O-knife stones. So, but that's an answer to 2 questions. What the fuck? Hang on a second. Now it's driving me nuts. I gotta go check and figure out what it is. So today's video, there's a video going up at 2:30 today. I'm not sure which one it is. I have a bunch of stuff pre-recorded, because I'm not gonna lie, having the dog has absolutely caused issues with filming and stuff like that. So let's see here. Questions, guys, questions. What are you people doing tonight? If you have to sharpen, what are you doing tonight if you have to sharpen them so much? I use my chef knives every day, and I've sharpened them 3 times. Okay. I personally don't like the edge that a ceramic rod leaves. I feel that ceramic rod does not leave the edge that I want. And so we cook all the time here, and we're using, my wife likes the PVC style cutting boards, like these cutting boards. Natural cutting boards don't affect the edge as much. These ones absolutely dull the knife much faster. And I love a good, clean, crisp edge. And when I say sharpening, like, I'm not having to reprofile the whole thing. I literally had one knife that I had to use 1,000 grit on. Most of my wife's kitchen knives that I sharpened last night went on this stone and this stone alone, and it was just a minor couple passes and then hit it on the strop. I don't like after like a month, like about once a month, I will put them on this stone just to retouch the edge, because the whole family uses them. I cook my own meals. My daughter cooks her own meals. My wife cooks her own meals. So you figure you got 3 people using that. And my wife and my daughter is not as good with the knives and taking care of them properly. So they do get put in the sink. And I have to come in, and there's like really good kitchen knives in the sink. I'll show you one of my favorite knife right now. My favorite knife in the kitchen, yeah, basically a touch 'em up, is this one. This is that Dull Strong poultry, the Japanese poultry knife, chisel ground, hollowed on the back. This is a beast of, if you're cutting heavy duty stuff, because of the angle it's at, you've got such a big angle on here. I don't know why, but it says that your content was held for review. If one of my moderators could just approve whatever Keen's put up, I don't know why I can't do it. It's not allowing me. You see, maybe if I turn it this way, orientation is locked. I don't know what happened. It says that I don't know what happened. I don't see it though. Like, I don't see the actual comment. Strip club shed no. Oh, okay, I see it. I see it. The foxhole. So yeah, this is a great, great knife. Now, I did not do this one on the Dahlstrong stones. So the Dahlstrong stones don't leave a mirror polish like this. I gave this a much finer edge, and this thing is nightmare inducing. But it is absolutely a chisel ground. This is a absolutely great showing of the Dahlstrong knives. Their stuff for the price is some of the best. Now this one's my favorite, but my wife's this is magnetic. There's a magnetic, so you can throw this in the drawer. I don't have to put this, because this doesn't fit in my knife cabinet because of the width of it. So YouTube has weird filters that they've kicked in and stuff like that. So some of their weird filters are crazy. So I don't know. Did you drop more than, did you only drop one, or did you drop two? I can't tell. It looked to me like you dropped another 50. But yeah, this thing is too big for my butcher's block, my knife block. And so the fact that it comes with this really nice magnetic thing means I can just throw it in this drawer over here. And then Dahlstrong sent us another knife that is my wife's current favorite. And that is the Gladiator series 8-inch chef's knife. This thing is so good that I absolutely gifted my father my Mattia Barani Bowie chef. He loves it, and I love that knife, but like I didn't have use for two big chef's knives, and I like this one a lot better. This one I sharpened on the Dahlstrong stones, and this one I haven't had to resharpen. The ones I usually have to resharpen, I'm not gonna lie, the ones I resharpened yesterday are the ones my daughter uses the most. And because she's just learning how to cook. She's only 15. She's just getting into like exploring cooking and stuff like that, so. Let's go out here again. I wanted to show you guys something. I was thinking, I had a bunch of stuff out. I was kind of brainstorming video ideas. And I had a bunch of stuff out, and I was looking at some stuff, and I had a couple people ask questions. Where is it at? Where is it at? Here it is. I get that people ask these questions because they have, like, they put them in comments. And I had a guy tell me, I did a video about, I think it was the Riff, and he was like, please spine whack these knives. I've had serious failures coming from these budget knives offshore. And I'm like, first of all, I don't think that a plunge lock is something you need to worry about, like absolutely like failing under a spine whack. But I do know that a plunge lock is much more susceptible to being damaged by a spine whack test than your average liner lock or frame lock. because the way it's built and the way that lock interfaces, it's much more susceptible not to failing, but to being damaged. And then you wind up with a knife that has play. And I absolutely I filmed a video and I deleted it because I was so upset that I even did it. I destroyed a button lock knife to prove a point. I completely destroyed it. And I felt ridiculous about it. And so I deleted the video and I threw the knife away. The thing is, if you are using a knife that you are so concerned about failing, get a fixed blade in that size point. Like the people that I see do this, they're like, well, you can't do that with that knife because of the... I was like, I've never had a knife close on my hands. And I'm including, I've never had a slip joint. I've never had a friction folder. I've never had a double detent. I've never had it close on my finger because I've never once pushed on the spine of the knife. I don't pry with a knife. There are tools for that. And I absolutely think that a spine whack test, a light tap to make sure your lock doesn't slip on something. I've done it with a few liner locks that have come in that appeared to have really early line lockup. And I didn't have a failure. And the way a plunge lock is built, the way a button lock is built, you're probably not going to have that cause a failure. You'll damage the knife to where you have play. And I'm really frustrated because I was going to do the knife as a giveaway. And now I can't. I had to throw it away. And I was really frustrated. I was really upset. So, those worn tacks are if they're as thin as they were supposed to be. I don't know what's going on with this. I can't. Guys, I don't know what's going on. Like, that's the next... You know what I need to do? Hang on a second. I need to pull this up on my phone and see what I'm missing here. Because this is getting ridiculous. Like, I have not seen... It says it was another $50 donation. And it says it was held for review. So... So just whittle beer hair. These worn tacks feel good. I don't know what's going on. Keynes, are you trying to drop more super chats? Because I don't know what the fuck's going on here. So that's weird. Because I keep getting a notification that it was held for review to view the message. So try putting up your the last message you just tried to put up. Let me know what you tried to put up. So it's been interesting with some of the stuff that has come in lately. It's definitely been a lot of stuff that I didn't expect to like that has come in. And while I'm not going to say that I've got anything that's got negative review. He's asleep right now. No, he's not. He's up. I think actually we're going to make a walk over and see if he'll go potty. I haven't had a bad knife come in. I had a knife. I had some problems. You guys saw that. That was that Kaiser, and it's not that it's a bad knife. It just had a couple problems. Keynes, like I said, Keynes, let me know if you're trying to send more stuff. I don't know what's going on. it kept coming up, like it keeps showing like you're trying to drop another $50 super chat, and I don't know if you are. I don't know what the fuck's going on with comments. Let me see here. Oh, there we go. I don't know. Did you just drop a super chat that said spine whack? Come on, let's go potty. Let's go out here. I'm trying to see what's going on. He's coming. Come on, let's go potty. So he loves coming out here in the yard. This is his favorite thing, for those of you asking what's going on with Puppy. He's put on some weight and he's gotten bigger. Huh, that's weird because I've gotten... This message was held for review. Huh. Hey, don't climb, don't. He's your friend, don't hurt him. They're best friends. The cat always wants to be around the dog. So yeah, look, go potty, buddy. But what I was saying is I haven't had a knife that came in. I don't know what's going on with it. I haven't had any knives come in that have been anything that I would consider a bad knife. I do get upset. I do get upset with channels that only give positive reviews. I definitely do get upset with that. That's one of my biggest. That's one of. We got it. The cat is absolutely just playing, not even trying to hurt him. So I do get really frustrated with channels that only I don't have a cuckoo clock. Not anymore. Okay, bud, if you're not gonna go potty, we gotta go in. Come on, hey. No, come on. You're laying in those burrs. Come on, let's go in. I'm just gonna get those all in your fur. We got these horrible, these little burry things that get. Bro, there's no clock running. I turned off because with my wife's back and issues that she's now in. With the issues my wife has been having, neither one of these clocks are even wound. That one's not even doing. That one's not even on. Clock you're hearing is probably that one. That's the only clock downstairs that is currently wound or on, and it doesn't make any noise. So I have a cuckoo clock, but it's not. The cuckoo clock is the wife's, but her back has been bothered. She's probably going to have surgery. It's not actually a back issue. Hang on a second. What is this? It's not actually a back issue. She has another issue. She's going to have surgery to take care of it. It's causing the back pain. Oh, that's what it was. This was the packing list that came with the Firebird knives. So, but, guys, there's 21 people here and only 18 likes. If you guys would be ever so kind as to drop a like, I would ask all of you, and I know I talk about this all the time in videos, likes are super important. So right now, YouTube is not sharing my content. We all know this. I've talked about this. I can see it in analytics. I can see that they're just simply not sharing any of my content. Oh, there's my other PMP. We'll talk about that too. They're not sharing my content anywhere. And I can see it, and I can visibly see it. I call them out on it. They tell me I'm full of it. But the fact is, they forget that content creators have access to their analytics. And so we can see when people are getting impressions. We can see that people are and aren't getting things. And we can see who's looking at videos based on recommendations and looking at them based on notifications and things like that. But the thing is, the like button, the more likes you get on a video, just the way the algorithm works, it's a way to force them to share your content with others. The more likes you get, the more video views you will get. So I would ask you, and not just on my channel, I would ask you, not just ask, but implore you to please start hitting the like button on videos. Not just mine, Jared's videos. Now, I have videos that have 10,000 views, 100,000 views, that literally have maybe 100 likes. If you don't like the video, I'm not saying you have to like it. I'm saying to just interact with the video, and it forces YouTube to push. It pushes up the algorithm whether YouTube wants your content pushed up the algorithm or not. It is the best way that you can force YouTube to help. If you don't like YouTube, find videos that you know YouTube doesn't like my videos and other stuff that's not like your woke content or your TikTok dance videos. Absolutely the best thing you can do is to vote on those videos and give them a thumbs up. So, but yeah, I just don't see spine whack at this point. Like, I don't see spine whacking being a viable thing. Like, why would I spine whack a knife? Like, honestly, why would I? And so I know I didn't put it in that this would be a paid promotion. I would like to tell you, I absolutely would love it if you would go check out Coffee Brand Coffee. There's a link there, my link down below, where you can save 5%. They are a channel sponsor. They've been helping me out a lot. They're going to edit a commercial for me. Rocky just gifted 5 memberships. See, there you go. That's another thing. Don't waste that. If he just gifted you a membership. So Jim Claywood, Omed Kaisers, Rickert 100. If you guys aren't already part of the Gilded server, you're missing out, man. We have a lot of fun in that Gilded server. Ask anybody that's a paying member, anybody with that little cross swords behind them. We have a blast on the Gilded server. We absolutely have a blast on the Gilded server. There's always something going on. Somebody's talking about something. Somebody's goofing off. There's like what do we got right now? Like 25 different chat rooms on different content, like pew pew stuff, food, pets, knife trade. There's people that are selling stuff. I have a spot where you can see all of my affiliate links and use them. There's just goofy stuff. There's a music channel. What's your favorite coffee blend or roast from Coffee Brand Coffee? Overall, if I'm just going to say just coffee out now, I love their medium roast. It's just a good solid coffee. Their dark roast is really good, but I'm not going to lie to you. Winston Cobretti got me a bag of the strawberries and cream. And I'm not big on flavored coffees, but every one of the flavored coffees they've sent that I've gotten from them, because I've tried a bunch of them, and I don't get coffee for free from them, by the way. Every one of them I've tried, every one of the flavored ones, has been stellar. The French toast and this strawberries and cream are probably my favorite flavored ones. But if you're just going for a good all-around, just solid coffee, their medium roast is freaking good. And people have said, like, man, it's taken like a week and a half, 2 weeks to get 2 bags of coffee. I saw that. They roast it on demand. So if they only have one order of a specific blend or a specific flavor, they're not going to roast it until they can do the whole batch. So just something to keep in mind. If you're somebody that drinks coffee all the time, maybe the 5-pound bags. If you get a small bag and then you like it, maybe think about ordering 5-pound bags, because that way you have more of a buffer, because they do absolutely roast it on demand. And depending on what is, like, if there's a big push for a specific one, they're not going to be able to roast that. I did hear from them that they're expanding. They're trying to expand their facilities with a new roaster, and more people and stuff like that. This is that other PMP. We were talking about the PMP Aries. This is that other PMP that Winston Cobretti gave me. And it's freaking awesome as well. I have yet to have a bad PMP knife. I have yet to see a bad showing. And just so you know, none of the PMPs that have been on the channel have come from PMP knives. They have not provided me with a single knife. They've all the PMPs you've seen on the channel have come from Winston Cobretti. This thing is nuts how good this one is. Like I said, I would put this $300 knife up against $1,000 knives every day of the week. No problem. I would not even hesitate to say that this knife is as good as knives that are several times more expensive. It does have a couple little issues. And I did strip one of the screws. So there are some differences, but as far as performance and stuff like that, it's amazing. It is amazingly good. So I did reach out to him and told him I would like to see some of their newer stuff, and the people that I talked to at PMP were like, absolutely, we'll start doing that. They seem to like all the video reviews I've done. So I said, you guys could ask me anything. This is our live feed. We're not doing another live feed today. This is it. We'll do this, and then in like 2, maybe 3 o'clock, I might push today's video to 4. I don't know. You're going to have a pre-recorded video. I'm not sure which one's going to go up yet, though. I'm looking at it. I'll let you guys vote. I'll tell you the different knives or the different videos that are available to go up. So we have let's see here. I've got a video about the Watuga, how I test a knife. What are you doing? How I test a knife. Was this, how's the hardware on the PMP? The hardware on the PMP is really good. It's all T6. I stripped one of these back here because it was in really tight and I had a hard time getting it out. Now I can still get it in, but it wants to slip and it's just going to get worse. But the pocket clip was moving back and forth, and what I had to do is I had to adjust the screw placement. I think that the screws were just a little off, but it would wiggle back and forth even though it had 2 points, and I fixed that. And so it was just a matter of, but in the process of that, I tried to torque one screw down tighter, and what happened was it was my fault. I stripped the screws. So the hardware seems really good. It's steel screws. No, you didn't. I'm gonna have to reach out to them and see if they'll send me some. But I haven't had any issues with it. You taking off? All right, bud, you take it easy. You have a good one too. So yeah, I haven't had any issues with it. I did have the pivot start to come loose, but that happens a lot, especially this is a heavy blade. Heavy blade that is slamming open, and knives that have external stop pins for some reason have a tendency to loosen the pivot more. I don't know if it's because the stop pin is further up in the travel as opposed to being down in here, where maybe that little bit of extra leverage being further up the blade. I'm not sure. But I do know that the pivot came loose a little bit, and all I did was I took it and I Loctited it, and I think I got it a little too tight because it's not quite as drop shut as it was. So, I mean, I could just give it a quarter turn, like maybe one thread. So whatever happened to BG42 steel? Did it fall off? It was an okay steel. BG42 was just kind of a mid kind of steel. It was kind of meh, in my opinion, and I liked it. That's what my first Sebenza was in, and so I didn't dislike it, but it also wasn't like as good as some other steels. But I mean, if you can get it, it's still a good steel. I stripped a few screws, waiting on spare parts. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be that hard to get spare parts from these guys. This is still up there as one of my all-time champion slicers because it's got such a broad blade that comes down nice and thin. Yeah, the Mickey burger. Oh, that whole thing. I got to make a cup of coffee. So, yeah, BG42 is not a bad steel. It all depends on the heat treat. It really does. It's just like with every other steel. You could have a steel that performs incredibly well at one heat treat and not good at another. Big Brown Bear pushing heat treats on specific steels that you wouldn't expect to do well at a super hard heat treat, but he's doing specific tiered terrace heat treat where he's going from level to level, and it's very, very intricate heat treats. You can get a lot out of a steel. But you also have companies that are offering steels like S35VN, or I'm sorry, S90V, and are not heat treating them to a level where it's at a good point to hold up. Case in point, the Jesus Christ, I can't think of it now. Fuck, what's going on in my brain? I can't think of it. It's the new one, not Crewware, MagnaCut. So the MagnaCut steel is incredible when it's heat treated properly, but if you're off by a little bit, you just got shit. So you're paying a premium for stuff. So, what is the best way to sell some of my knife collection? There's people out there that will take your knives on consignment, but you're gonna lose some money. Slice, Matt over at Slice will take knives in if he thinks they're worth it, but you're gonna have to, you're gonna give up some of what you think it's worth because it's going in on consignment. You can try to sell them. You can try to sell them on Instagram. That's really hard to do. So it's just, it's just one of those things. How high can 14C get taken to if the knife is focused on cutting and not whacking on the knife? I really don't know. Here's the thing. My knowledge of heat treat comes from having made knives in specific steels. I can tell you what I personally think the best heat treat is for 20CV, M390, 204P. They're the same steel, so your heat treat's going to be pretty much the same. But my heat treat does not work in a production. The heat treat I used on 20CV will not work in production made 20CV knives because you just can't grind them. It's at like 64, 65 Rockwell. And 20CV, M390, 204P, at that, it's so abrasive resistant. But you give up a lot of the rust resistance in that steel at that level of heat treat. So there's a give and take. So when you start getting into toughness and wear resistant and impact resistance in 20CV, you wind up losing a good bit of the rust resistance because the carbides that you're forming with the chromium carbides you're forming in that steel in 20CV, you're absorbing a lot of that chromium into those carbides as opposed to having that surface layer that makes the chromium oxide that makes it more stainless. So there's always a give and take with a heat treat. If you do a specific heat treat, what you may gain in specific qualities and qualities of that steel, you may lose something somewhere else. So, like I said, I just know what I personally like, and when I judge a heat treat, I'm judging it off of how it feels on stones compared to other knives that have done well, how it does when I'm cutting, and did it stay sharp as long as other knives, and then those little things. I have seen zero problems with the heat treat on this. Absolutely did not see any issues with the heat treat on this S90V in this PMP because it held its edge really well. Now, granted, I have not had it that long and it got dull, but if you had any idea how much I cut with this, you wouldn't question the heat treat. So how do I feel about the new Work Sharp? I don't know. I haven't got to use it. I don't use a fixtured system. I personally don't like most fixture systems. I understand that they have a place. The only fixtured system that I absolutely would recommend is that Tumbler 2.0, the German one, which is the barrel, and you roll it back and forth, and it's got the stone rolls and does that. I did the video about that, and I only recommend that for kitchen knives. Absolutely an amazing sharpening system, but it's not for everything. So I'm typically a flat stone freehand sharpening guy, or if you need like a guide block to get your angles the way you need it. But typically I'm not the guy that's going to recommend any fixtured system because I gotta try and get this dog to poop. He needs to go out. Hey, let's go potty. Let's not play, let's go potty, come on. So yeah, I don't typically, come on. I don't typically recommend like a fixtured system. I think that one of the better ones out there is the KME, and then, what's that other one? The Pro, the Russian one. So guys, no joke, these flowers weren't here this morning. I hadn't run the sprinklers in a while. These little yellow flowers absolutely did not blossom until I ran the sprinklers. 100% these flowers were not here 2 hours ago. TS Prof, that's the one. Buddy, come on, don't chew on the hose. Let's go potty. Come on. Come here. Come on. No. You're sitting in these goddamn burrs. I'm trying to figure out. Come on, it's potty. There you go. Run around. That'll make you want to poop. So, yeah, TS Prof is good. Come on, up. All he wants to do is just lay down in the grass. I can't blame him. I like laying in the grass too. 23 people here. If you haven't already dropped a like, I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, I'm trying to get some cool stuff for the channel. But if I do take that job, the channel will probably suffer a little for it, but I'll still be able to do most of the content. And like I said, as an instructor, I would be doing some real world testing in knives, especially like the type of, we're not talking like I'd be in a classroom setting. We're talking like out in the field kind of instructing. So go pee, preferably poop. I don't know if I grabbed a doggy bag, puppy poopy bag. What do you guys got? What's the next question? Like I said, I'm willing to answer questions if you guys are willing to drop likes on the videos. Hey. I don't know what he has found. No digging. No. Out of that. Get out of that. What am I carrying today? We already kind of went through it. The PMP Aries. Oops. PMP Aries. And the... it's on the counter. The QSP Legatus. What are you doing? Get out of there. No, come on. Hey. Drop it. Come on. Let's go potty. Come on. Well, I really wish you would go potty. No! Do not choose a hose. Things I already said, go to the Dollstrong website. I have a link to it down below. Yeah, it's pretty cloudy today. It was raining earlier. Go to the Dollstrong website and look up their water stones. Stop. Come on, up, up. No, it's not. I don't want to play. Get up, up. It's not playtime. Stop rolling in the dirt. Come on, get up. All right. Hang on a second, guys. See? Now you got all these burrs in your fur. Stop. Jesus Christ. Worse than a kid. Worse, much worse than a kid. Stop. I'm not playing. This isn't playing. Stop. Stop. I got burrs all. Stop it. Do not eat my phone. Guys, I'm trying. I'm trying. He's making it very difficult. Stop. Chunk, stop it. Vicious. It's the vicious attack. I'm being attacked viciously. What do I think about the Quiet Carry 9? I have not. I like a lot of the Quiet Carry knives. But I will tell you, don't fidget with them as you would with some knives. I had a friend that had a Quiet Carry. I can't remember which one it was. I still haven't made my coffee. He had a Quiet Carry that I liked, and he fidgeted with it, and it developed such horrible blade play. And I don't mean like pivot play that you could... No! Curtains. He's chasing and chewing the curtains. I don't mean like pivot play, like you could tighten up the pivot and fix it. I mean like stop pin. Like when it came open, you could rattle the tip of the blade this way. And I'm like, not this way, this way. And it happened really fast. In the knife's defense, he fidgeted with that. He flipped that knife way, way too often. He treated that knife like a fidget toy. So, that's funny. I was just talking with Tim over at TCal. So yeah, the Quiet Carry knives are great, but they're not, that's why I keep telling people about knives. They're not fidget toys. Like if you're constantly fidgeting, I gotta go get him. If you're constantly fidgeting with your knife, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna develop blade play. And a lot of people then try to blame, oh, they didn't design this knife right. And I'm like, no, they designed it to be used as a knife. And you used it as a fidget toy. If you're going to get a knife that you want to fidget with, get a gravity knife. Or a switchblade. Or, oh, what's the one? A double detent. Like if that's what you're doing, if that's what you do with your knives, is you just fidget with them all the time, you're just gonna wear them out. So you're gonna want something that's pretty slicey. So a knife that's good for, and I'm not on my studio software. I would hide it. So Christina, what kind of knife for a thin woman with not good arm strength? You're gonna want something thin and slicey. That's gonna cut well. This is a fairly big one, but this Big Letter XL has a nice thin blade profile and it's really comfortable in hand. My Sea Snake that I designed is a relatively thin fixed blade, and it's pretty small. It's a good bit smaller as a fixed blade than this folding knife. So that's a good one. Yeah, I just can't. Hey, Kurt! Wow, a month already. Kurt Eisen has been a member for a month already. So, that would be one I would recommend. Sorry, I'm running around making coffee. Hogue Deca is a good one. It's a nice kind of small knife that that absolutely will get really sharp. It comes in a decent steel, and you can get multiple options. Plus, it won't break the bank. It's not that expensive of a knife. Where is my coffee measuring spoon? There it is. There's a lot of them out there. But like I said, if you're looking for a small fixed blade that you can carry around your neck, like I said, my Sea Snake, there's a couple others out there. And it will work. It'll work for self-defense if that's something you're interested in. Or if you're just looking for a knife for work, that's what I designed it for, was because I was working construction and I wanted a small fixed blade. 17 people here. I'll remind you again, if you have not dropped a like, it would be awesome if you would. Guys, don't up and buy actual K-cups. These reusable ones that they have on Amazon, like, I'm not... Self-defense, yeah, absolutely. I think for a small... then my knife would absolutely be good for self-defense. There's a couple other small ones. A Pikal, a nice Pikal knife would work really well. Steel City Cutlery or Steel City Customs, I think it was, has a really good one. But a Pikal knife is a good one because it's like having the knife in hand like this. So when you come out of the sheath, it's just a grab and drag kind of thing. Those are the most effective because they require very, very little in the way of training to be effective. Absolutely, a Pikal is probably one of my like, if you're looking for just a self-defense knife, Pikal is always going to be the one I'm going to go to and tell you to try out. But like I said, my Sea Snake is okay for self-defense. You can carry it cross draw scout carry, so you can just reach it on your waist, or you can carry it around your neck. There's a handful of small fixed blade knives out there, so if you're looking for self-defense, a small fixed blade is probably going to be your best bet. Especially you're thinking deployment, there's much less to deal with. We'll go, I'll show you. The problem is, like, Winston, I'm not going to recommend a knife that's no longer in production. They're almost impossible to find. So that would be worthless. She's asking for me to recommend a knife. As much as I like that knife, I couldn't recommend it because they don't make it anymore. You're going to have a real hard time finding it. I'd like them to start making it again. It'd be great. I'm trying to find my Sea Snake that I carry. Oh shit. I've put it somewhere and now I don't know where I've put it. Either that or I let somebody borrow it. I'm working on trying to find my personal Sea Snake that they sent me. This is me rummaging through knives, by the way. The sound you're hearing. I was looking for it because I wanted to show you the carry option for it. So here's one, and I've got my other Sea Snake, the one that's never been used. I have one of the production prototypes that I've never used. So I'm saying it is difficult to find them. I've looked and they're hard to find. So this is the TKL Night Stalker fixed blade. This is a very, very good self-defense knife and everyday carry knife. It works well for a lot of stuff you're gonna do. Tim's a great dude. This is an American-made, USA-made, veteran-owned company. It's made here in the United States. You can carry it scout carry. You can carry it with a ulti clip where you can carry it deep down in your pocket. I'll grab the other one. I will grab the Licencion here in a second, but this is the one I designed. That's a Sea Snake. You can put soft loops on it or a clip so you can wear it on your belt horizontal like this, which is scout carry. So you can wear it on your belt, or it comes with a chain, or you can use a piece of 550 cord and you can wear it around your neck, and then it's just grab and go. If you're looking for self-defense, I always recommend it for a fixed blade. And I always absolutely recommend you get training you get some training to use a knife for self-defense. I have a Pikal so that I can show you what that looks like. It's right here. So this knife would ride on your waist. And then, so this knife is a Pikal. Oh, the L'Ascension. I was going to grab that as well. The L'Ascension is out here. My wife's going to throw a fit because I'm not supposed to. When we moved into this house, she's like, okay, no knives in the house. Like, she means like I can carry knives in the house, but like at our old house, the entire, like every horizontal surface in our house had a knife on it because I didn't have a studio. So all the knife stuff was everywhere. This is a Pikal. So you can see that this knife looks like it was put together backwards, but it's absolutely because this is a grab and drag kind of knife. And then this is the one that Winston was talking about. This is the L'Ascension, which is a really, really good knife. I love this. I carried a lot. And this is what I was talking about, an ulti-clip. So this allows you to basically put this in your pocket like a pocket knife. So you would put this down in your pocket, clip that over the pocket lip, and then clip it, and then you've got that in your pocket, and only that much of the knife is sticking up, and you can carry it just like a pocket knife. And it's one less step. What are you doing? Why are you into something? What are you doing? Are you lonely? We'll go back out in a minute. So, but the L'Ascension is no longer in production. You can find them some places, but it's not like they're going to be readily available. My Sea Snake, I'll put a link. Hang on a second. I'll send a link. I'll put up a link to it right now in the video. So I think this one is probably going to be your cheapest option. I'm going to put I'll put a purchase link that I'm going to make an affiliate link for you right now, Christine. So give me just a second. Christina, give me a second and I'll put that up. Gritomatic has a Venev Dragon stone, very expensive, but is it worth the amount? I've never had a problem with the Gritomatic stones. I have never had an issue with, any of the Gritomatic stones. They do a very, very good job. They sharpen really well. The only thing is that their grit level, you want to make sure that you check your grit level and bounce it against what is actually there. All right, buddy, I'll let you out. Just a reminder, I'm a ray of fucking sunshine. If you haven't dropped a like, I'd appreciate it. So it is $39 for that knife I showed you, the one I designed. It's $39 for this one. I'm gonna create a affiliate link because, like, if you're gonna buy it, I may as well get paid twice because I get paid for the purchase and I get paid for using the affiliate. So let's log in. I'm gonna make this for you right now, and then I'm gonna put the dog out again. I think he's not gonna go if I'm not paying as much attention to him. So I may have to end this to get him to go potty. I need my reading glasses. I'm getting old. I am 50 almost. I turned 49 in just a matter of months here, I believe. Okay. Get links. I'm working on it. But I don't look old. That's the thing. Like, my friends are all like, bro, I can't believe you're... Yeah, well, I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not so much the age. It's not the years. It's absolutely the mileage. This is why, like, people are like, oh, give me a link. Can you give me a link? And I'm like, man, it can be a pain. But this is going to take you directly to that knife, Christina. So I am, holy crap. That link I just posted right there will take you directly to my sea snake knife. So I'm gonna go back out. I'm gonna take him back out one more time. He's crying. I think he needs out, but he just won't go. Oh, never mind, that's a bird. He's just laying there. We got a little bit of time. It's my favorite Emerson. Fuck you. I make no qualms about the fact that I think Emerson knives are overpriced fucking piece of crap. And a lot of people disagree with me. And that's fine. They're welcome to their opinion. But having handled them and having dealt with them and having seen the level of quality that they're putting out at the price and the level of quality that the customs at the show are, I saw a damaged, very obviously damaged, like clearly damaged Emerson Custom at the California Custom Knife Show. And they still sold that thing for $1,500. And I looked at it and I was like, what the fuck, Ernie? And my whole thing is, for a while, I didn't hold Ernie. I was like, it's not Ernie's fault. Ernie's not the one at the production plant. But then I see a custom come out that is very clearly damaged and was sold at full price. And I was like, okay, he just doesn't fucking care. So Ernie doesn't get a pass from me anymore. Ernie should have Ernie definitely should have checked that knife a little closer before they put it out on their table for a auction, Friday Night Blade Affair auction, where people were paying for knives that are custom made. And this is another reason that I always say there are very few makers that I will buy a custom knife from. Mick Strider is one of them. Mick Strider, like at a knife show, one of Mick's knives I will buy. And you know why? Because I check them and I've never seen anything but superior quality come off of Strider's table. Bob Terzuola, absolutely would buy from him. Todd Rexford, absolutely. Those three guys right there, absolutely, hands down. If I could afford one, Michael Randolph, absolutely would. Would I buy a Shiro Gorov? No, I'm not a fan of Shiros. I think they're overpriced and you don't get so much for what you get. They're great knives, but just not to that point that I would buy one. What's his name? Melvin Watanabe, Hawaiian knife maker. Great dude. I bought one of his knives in a knife show. Awesome knife. Allow me to go get that, and I'll just take these out. We got to play cleanup, because here's the thing. I will forget, and my wife will come home, and she will literally end my life. Because here's how the conversation would go. Didn't we talk about no knives in the house? I'm like, yeah, we did. So let me take these out while you guys check and make sure that you hit the like button. Just make sure that you did. You don't have to like it. You could dislike it. Like, if you think I'm ugly, that's fine. I don't care. I don't have a problem with that. ProTech Custom. Will this be a good knife? Okay, I don't know. GM, I have never seen it, so I could not tell you for sure. I could not tell you for sure that, yes, it would be a good knife. I would feel as though I had done you a disservice if I recommended a knife I had never seen or handled. So I'm going to say ProTech is pretty good-ish. They're okay. They have their problems. What was it I was coming out here to get? What was I coming out here to get? And I said I was going to bring the other stuff out here with me. Zeba knives. I don't know if I would buy a Zeba at a show, but I've seen Zeba knives and they're usually pretty good. Somebody remind me what I was coming out here for, and I was going to bring some knives with me. Absolutely forgot. I got sidetracked. I got distracted. Oh, Thank you. The Melvin Watanabe. It lives way back on a shelf. Way back on the shelf. Oh, I had stuff out. I was brainstorming for a video, so I had a lot of stuff out. So there's a lot of stuff out that we were brainstorming for a video last night while I was after I got done cleaning cleaning up the wife's edges on her knife. So there is a lot of stuff out. So grab that. This Melvin Watanabe, I don't even have a sheath for it. It's just something. One, because I love Melvin. He's a great dude. He's an awesome guy. He's been a staple at the knife shows here in California for a long time. Oh, Tom Mayo. Absolutely would not question buying a Tom Mayo at a show. Tom's a great dude. He's one of my favorite people at knife shows. But Melvin made this and then gave me an insanely good price on this. I bought this at a knife show from Melvin. And it is ridiculously thin behind the edge and stuff like Grimsmo Rask. That one's great. The Grimsmo Rask absolutely is amazing. The only reason that I did not buy it came with this beautiful case. I don't even have a sheath for it. It lives in this. It probably will live in this forever. 100% handmade blade, koa wood, tapered tang, hollow grind on that is a mirror polish. And it's just, this is a gorgeous knife. And I didn't even pay $400 for that. Now, I will tell you, I know what the table price was. And I asked Melvin, I was like, Melvin, I can't, like, because Melvin's getting old. Melvin's got to be 80. And I was like, Melvin, I can't keep coming to shows and not buying one of your knives. I was like, how much? Because he didn't have prices listed. And he pointed at it. He's like, he told me a price. And I had heard him quote prices to a bunch of other people on other stuff. And I wasn't trying to get a cheap price, but I wanted to know exactly what the price was. And he had been quoting people prices way higher for one almost identical to that. And he told me a price that was like pocket change. So he's like, for you, because you're my friend, it was like, here's the price. And I was like, I will be right back. And I went to the ATM and I came back with the money and got this. And it's 100% because I love Melvin. And he's, like I said, he's 80 if he's a day. And I just couldn't, like, there are things like that. I'm never going to have that opportunity to buy that knife after he passes away. And so I bought it. And it's going to stay with me. I love it. It's something that would never go anywhere. It's as important to me as the other thing that happened. I was at that same knife show, and Tom Mayo. Yeah, you got a free membership, so you should go join the Gilded server. It's in the, like, if you go to my main page and you go to the community tab and you go to the members area, you'll see comments from members. Just go there and then I'll eventually grant you access to all the chat rooms. But I was at the same show and Tom Mayo gave me a little challenge coin, just a little Hawaii challenge coin. I was like, that's cool. Thanks so much. It was the best thing I had gotten at the show. And when I came back, it had fallen out of my backpack into the driveway in front of our house where we actually park, because we don't park in a garage. And I absolutely was just devastated. I could not find that coin anywhere. And I went back out and I was outside and I was looking around in the car and I looked down and it had fallen behind the seat, behind the car. And I was just like literally I was beside myself because I had lost it's probably just a little $10 trinket coin. It says Hawaii on it. It's not even like a Tom Mayo coin, but it was the fact that Tom gave it to me. And I was like, I was absolutely distraught over it. And then I found it. Ask anything. Almost anything. Experience Precision. California. I'm in California. I'm going to stay here for a while. If I get this job, I'll be here for a while. But then again, at the price they're willing to pay me, I would be silly not to stay if I take that job. If I get the job. So, let's see. Kresk, you did. You missed 89 minutes. We're almost done. I'm gonna have to end this because I got to figure out what I'm gonna cook, and I got to get a video up and ready for you guys to go up at like 2:30 or 3. So I still have to write description, I have to do tags, and I have to do a thumbnail and stuff like that. That's the thing that's one of the other things. I'm gonna stick around for a little bit longer. We're gonna go we're gonna do the full 2 hours, but you missed the majority of it. So, I'm gonna tell you right now, this QSP legatus, or however you want, this thing is awesome. And I've noticed some things about it. Like, there's not a lot of access to the lock bar, but it's not hard to disengage. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, my thumb has been so sore lately. I had so many knives that had come in that had really sharp lock bar access, really sharp thumb studs, or really sharp blade apertures. Like, this one's not. But there's been a lot of knives that come in and you get strider thumb, and like between thumb studs and a bunch of other stuff, my thumb is, you guys can't really see it real well, but my thumb is like raw. It is, and it's pretty callous to begin with. It hurts. Like, it is super sore. So, is it hollow ground? The legatus is not hollow ground. It's just a very, very broad blade that is flat ground to a very thin behind the edge. Can you see the actual edge bevel on that? Now, I did sharpen this because I didn't necessarily like the edge it was on. It was sharp. It just wasn't the edge I wanted on it. And for first day in pockets, I wanted to give it a good shot. But this thing is just buttery smooth everywhere and comfortable in hand. So there's no jimping on the spine. There's no, everything's really soft. The only sharp thing on it is the jimping for the flipper tab, and it's not even super sharp where it's uncomfortable. But the fact that that is super nice and softened, well, you gotta figure how many knives are in various stages of review. I've got 15 to 20 knives at any time that are in a state of review. Like, I'm doing things with them to review that knife. 23 people here again. Guys, if you haven't dropped a like, I'd appreciate it. It definitely helps with the algorithm. But using thumb studs and things like that, if they're sharp, will hurt your thumb. And that's why I like some of the knives that have better thumb studs. Like, thumb studs on this beg letter are great. And that's what I was going to do, was a video comparing deployment on different knives. So this is absolutely one of the best knives that came out last year. There's a reason it was in my top 3 for Knife of the Year last year. And I gotta tell you, the Echo, I'm going to do a video about it, but the Echo is going to be hard to beat. The Echo is going to be hard to beat for Knife of the Year. It is. I'm going to do a video about it. I've got that scripted and set up that I'm going to do it. The CJRB Echo is absolutely, I'm taking all this other stuff out here. CJRB Echo is absolutely, right now, way top of the list when it comes to Knife of the Year territory. And I know it's early in the year and something could come in, but I mean, the CJRB Echo, here it is. I have the prototype one with the thumb studs still. Button lock all the way. This is going to be very, very hard to dethrone as Knife of the Year. It really is, which I find amazing because I have some knives that are currently in that are $500 knives. Some of them you might not even see. That's the thing. I complain about channels that don't. I've been on a kick, and I'm not trying to cause drama in the knife community or anything. I see a lot of channels that, like, they've went from being honest review to, like, there's just, like, every knife is great. Every video you watch me do, there's a good and a bad. There are very few knives that get a zero bad score. This one, even because this one's the prototype, I'm gonna have to use one of the production ones, because I have noticed the issue I have with this does not exist in the production versions. This was a hand-built proto, so it will have some issues. But even with that, this thing is amazing. So it's really hard to be it's really hard for me to like keep my mouth shut, because I see so many channels that only they tell you every knife that's on the channel is a great knife. I will tell you, like, I'll do thumbnails that tell you like this thing's amazing, because a lot of times they are, but I very rarely do I have a knife that I don't find issues with, and that's why there's two parts to the video. There's the good and the bad, and a lot of times I don't do like a good, bad, and ugly like Nick does, because a lot of times there's really not that much ugly. I haven't had a bad knife. I've had a lot of knives come in that have some issues, and I have a lot of knives that aren't knives for me, but still get pretty good scores because they're still, in general, a really good knife. So I gotta put this away. I'm coming back. So, point that the Kaiser Critical Mini is a good knife. The one I had a little bit of issue with the lock. I fixed the lock issue. I gave it to somebody that needed a work knife. Because I know where they were working, because they were going to work where I used to, the construction company. And so I knew what they were going to need, and I was like, this will be an okay knife until they can find something that fits their needs better. So I just gave it to them. I had just sharpened it and stuff like that. But I see a lot of channels that are absolutely just glossing over things because they're just putting stuff in the affiliate links. Now, I have affiliate links, and I put links directly to a lot of the items that I'm talking about. But I want you to fly into it knowing some of those issues exist. And if you're here and you haven't dropped a like, I'd appreciate it. So this is, we're testing our hot water maker. We have one of those always hot kettles. It's a Japanese thing, and ours has stopped working. You can hear it. It means that it's finally back up to temperature again. It's like it doesn't stay at a constant temperature. But it's nice because at any time of the day, because my wife drinks a lot of tea, she can come over here and she has hot water available. And she doesn't have to wait like the minute and a half, 2 minutes for an actual kettle, one of the electric kettles. It's just, but there's something wrong with it, and it's over here. So all you do is you just turn it on, and you can see it's doing it so much now that the display has got all kinds of moisture and stuff on it. So, but it's not working properly. So we've got it over here testing it, because the problem is it has boiled over a couple times. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I took it, and I cleaned it, and I tested how to do it. I figured out how to do a reset on it, and we unplugged it and left it off for 24 hours. It's still not working right. Like, it's constantly going, instead of maintaining the temperature, it's constantly doing a reboil. So, my sister just texted me. Absolutely forgot yesterday was Sunday. We all woke up this morning thinking it was Sunday. I didn't even think about it. My daughter missed skating. My wife was almost late for work. I didn't call my mother yesterday on so when we set up the dog's appointment for his vaccination, in our head, for some reason, even though we scheduled it for Sunday, we had it in our head that it was Saturday. And so we woke up yesterday, for some reason, thinking it was Saturday. Don't ask me how. I didn't call my mother on Mother's Day. I didn't even think about any of the stuff. And for some reason, it didn't register, because people were on a Gilded server talking about Happy Mother's Day and shit. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I knew it was this weekend, but I thought they were just getting a jump on it. And I absolutely, I lost a day this weekend. I'm like, what in the actual fuck? So I woke up this morning to my wife, panicking. And she was like, my daughter's coach had called. She says, hey, you missed your lesson. And she was like, what? My daughter thought it was Saturday, or today was Sunday. My wife thought it was Sunday. I thought it was Sunday. I don't know what we did in our heads. So it was, it was that oh my God. So I ran my daughter over to we ran my daughter over to the ice rink for a second session. She didn't get a lesson, but at least she got her skating in. I went and picked her up, brought her home. I took her to school. My wife was like, I'll drop her off on my way to work. And I'm like, okay. I was like, I'll pick her up when she's done. So I called my mother and I was like, hey, absolutely did not mean to not wish you happy Mother's Day. We're just stupid. So I love this. I love this as a front flipper. And you guys know I don't like front flippers. This as a front flipper is incredible. There's no flipper tab. I'm that guy that like a flipper tab doesn't bother me. But when I get a knife that doesn't have one, but it's really good, I'm like, okay, I dig this. Awesome. You cannot go wrong with a CJRB Echo. I'm pretty sure that I have an Artisan affiliate link in the description below if you guys are looking at picking one of these up. Absolutely recommend it. Like I said, keep in mind, mine has thumb studs. The production version does not. It has the aperture. So, guys, I think I'm going to end this because I'm going to try and get that dog out to go. I can't get it to do what I want right now. Oh, I'm missing it. I don't know. There we go. You can reverse flick off these thumb studs. Not well, but you absolutely can reverse flick off the one with the aperture. So I'm probably going to end this here in a second. Anybody else got any questions? Like I said, this was a ask me almost anything. And I've done... I can fill a lot of dead air time on my channel, but like it's a lot more fun when you guys have questions. I do appreciate all the questions. So if you haven't dropped a like, so if I don't get like, I'll just give you a couple more minutes here, but I'm probably gonna end it. We've kind of petered out on, and I know a lot of people at work. So if you haven't dropped a like, I'd absolutely appreciate it. If you get a chance to find one of these, absolutely 100% recommend that you pick up one of these PMP Aries knives. They are awesome. You can't go wrong. I don't have an affiliate. I don't know where you can get them. I know they had some Tools for Gents in Germany as a channel or as a place that has them. And there's a couple other places that do have them. I think White Mountain Knives might have, but there are only 300 of these. They only made 300 of these, so they're gonna be hard to find. So they do small run stuff. That's what it was, Duluth Trading. DLT has some. DLT has some. That's what it was. Absolutely recommend them. You cannot go wrong with this. This is a great, great knife. So, all right, guys. Well, I see people are leaving. I'm gonna leave too. I gotta do some stuff around here, and then I'm gonna try and film a little bit. But like I said, I have thumbnails, last minute edit on some other stuff, and descriptions to write for the video that's going up today. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. There's been a bunch of you. It's been fun. If you dropped a super chat, I absolutely appreciate it. Check out the memberships. Rocky bought 2 sea snakes. Check out the membership if you're interested. It supports the channel, and there's a lot of stuff that we do. Kresk is no longer a member. Kresk, I will bump you out of the server eventually. That's the other thing. If you guys are still in the Gilded server and you were a member, enjoy it until I scrub the server. I did see that fell off. So I know that not everybody can afford to just drop like $15 on a premium membership, but I do have 3 tiers. I have the premium, I have the baseline, and then I have the just looking. The only thing you get with just looking is access to the Gilded server. So just something to keep in mind if you're interested in supporting a channel. I support a couple other channels. And speaking of supporting channels, if you're on somebody else's channel and you've got a chance to drop a super chat, do it. I don't have the chance to do it often, but I definitely drop super chats on Jared's videos. And it's absolutely because I love Jared and he's helped me out a lot here. So it's just one of those things. So if you are on a channel and you can drop a super chat, absolutely do it for them. It's not just
that it supports them financially, but it absolutely, it's a big boost emotionally to a lot of content creators when they get a super chat. I know it is for me. Jared loves it. It changes the dynamic of the feed, and it absolutely is a lot of fun. So if you can support other creators with a super chat, do so. It doesn't even have to be like if Keen's dropped $50. You don't have to do that. Go to a channel, if you drop $1, they will absolutely appreciate it. So guys, I'm out. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye.